Okay, take two. Hey, how's it going? I'm Melissa and welcome back to my channel. So excited for this video because it's a video that really helped me and I'm hoping it can help you as well. So as some of you may know, I've been learning German for a little over 8-9 months now, and I went from A1 to now B1, B2, and today I thought I'd share with you the 5 German learning apps for your phone or your web browser that you can use that I've actually been using that have really helped me and I'm hoping will help you too. So let's get started. So the first app is called Busuu. Busuu. I'm not sure how to say it, but that's the app. It is really amazing. It has like over 100 million users. So that's like 100 million people saying, yeah, that's the app to go to. So the cool thing about this app is that it lets you interact with native speakers. For example, I speak English as my first language and I want to learn German. So I can write a German sentence or an exercise and then ask for other German native speakers on the app to correct it for me. And then I can see other people that have written English exercises or English sentences, and I can correct it for them, and so we're all kind of helping each other learn the language, and I think that's kind of really cool. Now this app does not only have German, it has about 12 different languages. I can't memorize them, so I'm gonna read off my list. There is English, Spanish, French, German, Italian, Portuguese, Chinese, Japanese, Polish, Turkish, Russian, and Arabic, and those are probably the top languages people are learning now, and so if your language is there, check out this app. Now what can you do on this app? It lets you practice your grammar by having different like grammar exercises, from listening to hearing to actually writing, and so you can practice one grammatic theme in different forms, which would be really helpful for your day-to-day speaking. Another really cool thing is you can actually take your German tests with this app and get a certificate from the official McGraw Hill Education, and like it's a certificate that says, yeah, this person can speak the language. It might not be usable for like universities or whatever, but maybe some places they might actually accept it because that's actually a really well-known institute. Another thing is once you've done an exercise or you've learned certain words, it doesn't mean you're necessarily done with them then and then. You can actually save some words that you didn't learn, or actually the app can say, oh, the last time you did an exercise you weren't really that good in this word, so we kept that word for you, come back and just like revise it, which I think is, yeah. And then another cool thing is you can actually put it in offline mode, so you don't necessarily always need Wi-Fi or internet to learn your language. And lastly, it has 2 modes, casual mode and I think it's called professional learner mode. No, casual learner mode and serious learner mode, which is just basically the different subscriptions they have. You can choose what works for you and then you can learn your language. So that's our first app, Busuu. This one. Coming in at number 2 is Rosetta Stone. Now you might have actually heard of this because there's so many YouTube ads about it, and it's actually really helpful. I use it, so let me tell you why. This actually has so many languages, not just German. It has about 23 languages and I'm not going to read all of them, so there they are. Yeah, all of those languages, which is actually pretty cool because then it means that this app is really good for other people that want to learn other languages, not just specific ones. Another thing, just like the previous one, you can have it on offline mode, so you don't need always Wi-Fi or internet to learn your language, and it has amazing content exercises. The different exercises help you in how to speak and how you pronounce words, and so you can actually speak into the app, and you can actually put like you're male, you're female, so they can recognize your voice, your tone, and you can say like hello, ich heiße Melissa, and if you didn't say it properly it would be like try it again, and you have to properly pronounce what you're saying, which I think is actually pretty good because sometimes we read something and you think, oh, I can say it, but you really can't pronounce the different umlauts or the different letters that come together and things like that. So that's actually pretty cool. However, there is kind of like 2 downfalls about it. You can't do a placement test. Placement test meaning you can't do a test to let you know that, oh, you're now level A1, A2, B1 or B2. And another thing is the exercises can be a bit repetitive, which is good and bad. Good if you're not understanding completely and repetition is really what you need, but it's kind of annoying when you've already learned the concept and you understand it and you just want to move on with your lesson. So that could be a bit of a bummer, but like in general, it's a really good app. Coming in at number 3 is our famous green owl of Duolingo. You've all heard of it. If you haven't, why? Duolingo is, I actually really like it. A lot of people criticize it, but I really like it. Why? So you can actually use this as a mobile or as a web browser, so whatever works for you. And the thing is, when you're doing the different exercises, it gives you instant exercise correction. And so you could write one answer and that would be wrong, and then you write the other one and that's correct. It lets you know, so you're not just kind of shooting blanks in the dark. The thing with Duolingo is you can earn like points or gems or treasure coins and stuff like that. It really, how do I say, it means something. It's a way to motivate you to learn the language. It gives you ranks. So for example, if you do the app every day for, let's say, a week or whatever, it will tell you, oh, like, well done, you've reached number 13 out of 50 people in this silver gold league or whatever scoring method they do. It's not something you can put on your CV like, oh, I'm gold level number 3 on Duolingo, but it just gives that kind of motivation, like, oh, other people are learning the language and I'm kind of doing better than them. So I think that's always cool for motivation wise. So Duolingo actually kind of takes you step by step with exercises from, like, for example, unit 1, from the very basics, like learning the different ways to say the masculine, feminine, neutral in the different accusative, dative, nominative, genitive. Like level 1 just basically is the absolute basics, and then for higher levels like unit 8, then you're going into more in-depth topics like past tense, future tense, business talk. And so it really does take you up those steps, so you're not just diving deep into like C1 when you're learning A1. So thanks Duolingo. Coming in at number 4 is Deutsch hören und lesen. German read and listen. Now this app comes in many forms because there's a lot of similar apps like it, but this is the one that I've been using. Now this app is really cool because you find different stories and you can choose the level that you're on. And so for example, if you're a level 1 German, then you'd pick German level A1, and then there's a story. Now with this story, you can either read it on your own, you can have it narrated to you, and you can pick how fast you want the narration to be. You want it to be faster, medium, or a bit slow so you can understand a bit better. You can pick that. And then after each text, there's always like a little comprehension or like questions to make sure you actually understood, and it corrects you as well, so you're not just shooting blanks, as we say. So yeah, I think it's really good because you can read the story as you're listening to it. You can just read it, you can just listen to it. It's kind of the best of both worlds, and they always update the stories they have. You don't need to like manually update it. You can just log in today and there's completely new stories, which is kind of cool, so you're not necessarily stuck with the same stories and then you delete the app because you finished. So it's always renewing and updating itself, and so that's pretty cool. And our last app is Word for the Day. Once again, there are so many apps just like this one, and you can pick whichever one maybe is available in your country, on your Google Play, your Play Store, whatever, and you can pick that one. Word of the Day is as it sounds. It's an app that gives you a word of the day for whatever language you're learning. And so, for example, this was my word of the day, and then you can actually kind of pick, oh, I forgot to check my word of the day for yesterday. What word was that? And you check. Oh, I forgot to check last week. What was that? And you check. It's just kind of, because sometimes we can not necessarily want to learn a language every single day because it can be tedious, and when you're not understanding, it can be a bit demotivating. And so learning a word every day, it actually might sound like it's very little, but in the long run you find like, oh, I've actually learned like 30 new words. That's a whole like 3 sentences almost, you know. And so I would advise doing that. You can make it 1 word, 2 words, it's up to you. Just learn a word a day. Trust me. Okay, and that brings us to the end of this video, guys. I hope it was helpful. If you have been using any of these apps and they've been helpful to you, let me know. If you have been using other apps that have been helpful to you, let me know. I might just add it to my list, because I feel like when we're learning languages, it's such a unique community from people that are fluent, people that are just learning and just struggling to understand. And so I feel like we all just need to have each other's backs, you know, and I would appreciate it, you would appreciate it, which is why I make these videos. And if you liked it, don't forget to like, subscribe, subscribe. I'll really appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.